Welcome to Finances with Felton. My name is Jeremy, and today I wanted to talk about budgets. One of the biggest problems today is that people don't know where their money is going. We all get money, we all spend money. I want you to know where your money is going. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's get into it. So, what is a budget? A budget is simply how much money we have coming in and how much money we have going out. But most importantly, having a budget will let you know where your money is going. And that's the most important thing. And it's why you should have a budget. You need to know where that money is going and in which direction it is going. You will then have the chance to understand if you are living under your means or way beyond your means. This will allow you then to start planning how much your money can work for you. So if I am making $5,000 a month, but I am spending $6,000 a month, then I have an overage of $1,000. That's not good. That just means I'm going to be put in the hole constantly, month after month, until I'm drowning in debt. The other part of it is if you're under your means, that gives you the opportunity to invest your money into real estate, into stocks and bonds, and other type of things that will allow your money to work for you to make you money. Okay, as you can see here, this is a budget from Excel. So you can find these on Excel if you have Excel, or you can type it into your search engine and find something that will allow you to create a budget, or you can simply make one yourself. But here's one where it's a personal budget, okay, just your rent, electricity, gas, cell phones, groceries, so on and so forth. And then whether you want to do the due date or not, and then the amount. Obviously, the most important thing is the amount. Your monthly income is whatever you have. Whatever your paycheck is, and if you have any other income coming in, put that all down so you have it. This puts everything into a nice, neat Excel sheet that will spit you out numbers. So in the summary of it, it'll tell you what your total is for income, and then your expenses, and then basically what you have for your savings. So they're paying themselves for savings, which is a great idea. And then your total. So these two together would be your total of what you had left over after all of your income and expenses. So that gives you that amount. So that is one way to do it. Okay, so another way to do it is if you just have Excel, if you don't want to type in budget and see what they have for budgets, because they don't necessarily work for everybody, you could do one yourself. So you could type in bills, and I'm going to have $100 and $200 and $300 and $1,500 and just some numbers here. Doesn't really matter. And then I can total that out. This right here, give you that sum total. And that would be my total, right? So if I want to add some other stuff, I might want to put in one. I don't know how well people are with Excel. But again, you could put in total, your bills, that would be your total. You could change the colors, you could do all that stuff, right? So you do it yourself. It takes a little bit, but it's not really that hard. So there's your total. And then you could say, do your income. So say I'm making $3,000. And I could simply say, ready, this is one I'll show you if you don't know, but it's just equal to this minus this, and it'll give you your total. That's relatively simple. It's pretty basic for Excel. If you have Excel, if you have Apple or some other thing, like I'm not in that world, I don't know a lot about Apple computers. But again, I'm sure it's the same premise, just whatever Apple uses for an Excel, or Google Docs has, I believe, some type of Excel. but I'm sure they all pretty much work the same way. And if not, please correct me. But again, so now I can figure out where I'm at, because if this number ended up being $1,000 and this number ended up being 500, I'm not making enough money. I'm negative over here. So what do I have to do to, maybe I'm gonna have to cut out those Starbucks every day. It's like $200 every month I'm spending. Okay, well, okay, I can get that down. So now what else do I need to do? Oh, I got to get something else down. And you can kind of break down your own budget and see where you're at. So it's just a way to give you that. There's obviously more you can do with the Excel. But again, look up subtype budget. They're online. Google them. You'll find some other type of budget. But again, you can just write in, same thing, piece of paper, get a pen, write down all your bills. What is your income? Just so you know where your money is going. Because if you feel like you don't have any money, but you are making a good amount of money, then you need to figure out what's happening. So this is just another suggestion that you can do to just figure out that budget. If you don't want to go find a budget online or pay for one, some of them are, you can pay for them too. But I would suggest just writing it down on a piece of paper. At the very minimum, just writing it down on a piece of paper, just so you have your budget. So now that you know where your budget is, you can start planning on what you need to do. Are you spending too much money? If you are spending too much and living outside of your means, then what can you do to cut back on those things that we want? I'm going to repeat that. The things that you want versus the things that you need, because it's that want that always gets us. Now, I don't want you to think that I'm saying you have to give up everything, because you don't. That is just, it's unreasonable to think that way. You just have to learn to be reasonable with yourself and the things that you want compared to the things that you need. So those impulse buys and stuff that you are just like, oh, I want those new sneakers. Oh, I want this brand new car. I want whatever. All those impulse buys, like maybe sleep on it, maybe do some math, run numbers, figure out how it will affect you overall in the long run, not just in the short term. I can't talk. Short term, to affect how you are and what's going to happen with your life and your money. So again, I don't want your budgets to affect you in a negative way. It's hopefully all going to be positive. It's just going to help you figure out where your money's going and the things you can do. Because when you have a budget, you will know exactly how much you can spend on certain things and or spend on things that might make you more money. So now that you know what your budget is and if you were over, you figured out those ways to get you underneath your budget. And you can, if you are already under your budget, what you need to start now, if you haven't already, is a no poop fund. In case something goes wrong, in case you need new tires, in case something comes up, you will start that fund that you have, that you can put an amount of money that makes you feel comfortable that if something happens, that you know you can draw on that money and you can get it immediately. This is not in some type of investment. It's usually just in the bank and you can just have it and it's there. So that would be one of the things I would suggest as you get your budget under. So things that you can draw from if something goes wrong in your life. Okay, so what are some other things that you might want to do with your money after you get your poop fund? What is your retirement looking like? If you have a job that has retirement, are you putting all the amount of money that you can every year into it? If not, try to get that up higher. Another aspect would be, say, if you're maxing that out or you're putting the most money you can, then you can look at Roth IRA. That way you can invest more money. And with the Roth, it gets taxed first. So it's already the money you're putting in and it won't be taxed later. There's another video about that one that I've done before. Take a look at it. But you can also, if you are working for some place that does not have any type of retirement, then you can start your own, whether it be a 401k, some type of IRA, something that you will use in the future for your retirement. Because retirement's going to come a lot quicker than you think. So it's something to think of right now. Whatever stage you're in, think about that and where you're going to go in 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Where are you going to be? Are you going to have enough to retire? What is money situation going to be like then? Again, retirement's for another video. I'll have to make one about that. But it's just something I want you guys to think about. But now you can allocate that money that you have to those different aspects of your money goals for your individual life. You just have to figure out what those are. So, again, just to find a budget program or something that you yourself make is going to do wonders for you in your financial goals. Even if it's that pen and paper, pencil and paper, I don't care. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you start today. Write out your budget and control your own money and make it work for you. Thank you for coming to my channel. I really appreciate it. Just one last thing. Do you know which state is known for the smallest drinks? Minnesota.